everyone, welcome to Connection Yoga. I just want to say real quick, yoga is for everyone. However, when online, it is up to the individual to assess whether they are ready or not to participate in the class that they have chosen. If you suffer from specific disease, illness, or injury, or are pregnant, it is important for you to consult with your physician before beginning. The practice of yoga requires that you, the practitioner, need to gauge the safety of your practice within your own personal and physical limitations. I'm not there, I'm not in your body, so I can't. You need to pay attention and act accordingly. It is always better for you to build up slowly rather than force or strain. While you might feel exertion throughout the practice, you should also feel relaxed. While you might feel some discomfort, you should never feel pain. The techniques and suggestions presented in the following content are not intended to substitute for proper medical care. Consult your physician before beginning any new exercise program. Connection Yoga assumes no responsibility for injuries suffered while participating in the yoga content. The user assumes all risks. With that, I can't wait to see you on the mat, and I'll see you there.
Hey everybody, welcome to Connection Yoga. Today we are going to be breaking it down, and I'm going to be doing a pose breakdown for two different but very similar important poses today. These are high push-up, also known as plank, and low push-up or chaturanga. So as we go through, I might use different words different times. These are interchangeable, they mean the same thing. You can use whichever one you like, all right? So through this workshop, mini video thing, you will learn how to align the body as centered and stable as possible in these two poses. Also, you'll learn how to transition between these two poses. So, as usual, I'll be showing you these poses using true north alignment. So this is how we look at the body. We do this in 5 sections of the whole, and we'll take a closer look at each of those sections within the breakdown itself. But first, a little context. So, in Vinyasa style yoga, so this is when you're moving, you're not holding poses for forever, though sometimes it feels like it. These two poses are the bread and butter to that flow. All right, so the traditional sequence is down dog, which we broke down last week. I suggest you check it out, but it shouldn't keep you from successfully learning these poses today if you haven't. But if you want to pause and go ahead and do that and then come back, go ahead. All right, so after down dog comes the high push-up, then the low push-up or chaturanga, followed by upward facing dog, and then down dog again. So this is the traditional version. There are plenty of modified versions. People put on whatever flair they want, but I just wanted to give you the foundational poses before we get into all the other fancy dancy stuff. All right, so plank and push-ups are body positions that are seen in other physical activities, so you may have heard of different methods of body alignment in these positions. The one I am covering today is just the one that I suggest with the goal of safely centering and stabilizing your body as much as possible to prevent injury and promote the benefits of the pose. So, take it as you may. Let's get started. First, we're going to start with high push-up. All right. So, the first section are our feet through our legs. All right. So, we always start with the feet. All right. The feet should be at 12 o'clock. All right. High on your toes so that your heel is stacked over your toes. They should be about hip width apart. So this is about 2 fists width. So take the little fist You put them in there and measure it. Some people have their feet closer together, but we suggest hip width so that they're really stabilizing into your hip bone. But you can explore whether wider or closer stances feel more comfortable for you. All right, so legs, moving to our beautiful legs, they need to be straight and strong with your quads engaged and lifting up. So we don't want straight legs, quad lifting up, high on the toes. All right, then we move to this region. All right, so you want your hips square to the earth with your tailbone, so that's the bone right in between your butt cheeks. You want that one tucked slightly under, rotating your pelvis under, all right? So this should help keep your booty out of the air and stabilize your lower back, all right? So tuck it under. It's hard to tell, and it's a subtle thing, all right? So if your butt is raising, even with you high on your toes, with your tailbone tucked, this is a cue that you might need to lengthen your stance. You might need to get a little longer. Move your feet back, see what works, because you want to be high on these toes, all right? Whew. It's an intense pose. So moving to where we feel it a lot. That is in our core area here. So with that tucking motion, you should be drawing your belly button in. Draw it into your spine so that your low back is protected. You're securing your pelvis tilt, and yeah, so you're just trying to stabilize your pelvic girdle with your core, all right? So tuck it in, and your back should be straight in line with your low back, all right? So I'm gonna get up. Everyone has a gut, it's okay, but we don't wanna leave it out there. Suck it in, tuck, strong legs, all right? Tuck. If you've got a little butt, you're gonna have a little bump through your body, all right? Straight back, as straight as you can. So, moving, so we've done legs and feet section, pelvis, hips, core, and we are moving up to one of the most important sections within this pose. So this is the hands, arms, chest, and shoulder girdle, all right? So you have the potential for a lot of movement here, so potential for a lot of injury by doing these wrong. So what you want to do is your hands should be at 12 o'clock, all right? About shoulder width or wider apart, all right? Your palms pressing into your earth, not your fingers gripping, but your palms pressing, all right? Slight bend in the elbows, you don't want to lock them out, but you should be pressing with the slight bend, all right? So with that press, pressing this upper bone, upper arm bone, I think your humerus, into your shoulder socket to stabilize it. So up here, it's a little extended, draw them in. With that, you'll be drawing your shoulder blades together. You see me shaking a little bit, it's pretty intense to hold it all there to stabilize yourself. All right? So your shoulder blades together, down your body a little bit, not too much. Pressing into the earth. Chest forward. All right? So, that leaves us with the final section, our head and neck. Should be in line with the rest of your body. Keep a neutral neck as often as possible. All right? Whew. So, moving on, that's pretty much it. You want to be straight in line. Don't lock out your elbows. Engage your core. All right? So the main difference between high push-up and low push-up is the arm and the feet position. The legs, hips, core, head, neck, all the same. The hands are in the same position, but now you're bending down. So I'm just going to demonstrate once for you, and then we'll break it down. So High push-up, low push-up. High push-up, low push-up. All right, so as you can see, the elbows are now bent at about 90 degrees, all right? And they are close into the ribs. Don't want them out here. Close in, all right? So, when you're lowering, they're bending, but they're staying in. They're not out here, all right? So, that's the main difference in the arms. And the depth of the bend is where I feel like I see the most variety in an everyday practice. See people really swoop low, and you don't really need to. I did it for a really long time, and I felt so much less pain in my shoulders and my rotator cuff here, which I had a lot of pain from bad posture. So you don't need, you might have seen people doing swoop. You don't need to do that. You only need to go 90 degrees. And that will keep you as centered and stabilized as possible without overextending other parts of the body, okay? So, the feet, the other difference. This aspect comes from the transition, all right? So, before I do that, I realized I forgot something, and it's a really big part, is a little trick I learned to figure out how low to bend, all right? How low to bend your elbows. So what you're gonna do, take your strap. If you don't have one, it's okay. You might be able to get the gist. And you're gonna put it through, and you're gonna tighten it to where it's about your arm shoulder width, all right? So it doesn't have to be perfect. And you don't want it super tight, but you want it snug. That's not tight enough quite. Okay? Still not tight. All right, so you see me, I got it wrapped around my upper arms. All right, I've got shoulder width. Okay, so you go into your high push-up with it around your arms like this. High on the toes, legs strong, and you lower to where it stops you. Literally, it's stopping me. I can't go lower right now. This is as low as you need to bend, okay? Boop. So, if you don't have a strap, you can find something else, maybe a resistance band. It'll give a little bit more, whereas this is like pretty locked. Try something, figure it out, because this trick is awesome, and I have felt so much better and stronger since I've changed to doing it this way. You can explore it a little tighter, a little wider, and you could wear it a few times just to practice, but I don't suggest wearing it in your regular practice, because obviously I couldn't move after I dipped or do anything. So yes, back to your feet. So with the dip, with the movement, you come up onto the tip of your toes. All right, so this is something that is more recent for me and that I've been working on, and you'll just have to practice. It'll take a lot of focus. So you stay up high on your toes in the high plank, so that when you transition forward, you're tipping your toes forward, rolling onto them. See how I'm on my tip? Right? So if you're not high on your toes, see, like right here, you're not gonna get all the way to the tip, so when you go into the rest, you're gonna have to flip your feet, which is cool. I've flipped my feet in that transition so many times, but our goal is to roll up on the tip of our toes so that when we keep moving through the vinyasa, we can roll over onto the tops of our feet for up dog, which will be coming next week. Very exciting. So, a lot of information. I know I just threw out you, but you just need to practice, explore. If you need to come back and listen to me again to get it, or focus on your hands and feet and your core. These are what's going to stabilize you the most. Focus on your shoulders, protect them, that shoulder joint. All right, but take it slow, take your time. If this is feeling nearly impossible for you, I suggest a few different modifications to assist with the bearing of our body weight on our upper arms. So you can explore the pose safely, but also build to new strength, all right? So first, you can do this from your knees, all right? So, legs out, hands on the shoulders, all right? Legs are still hip width apart. My knees are about hip width apart down on the mat, all right? Elbows not bent, and you can do your bend. You're not gonna move as much because you're not getting the rotation over your toes because your knees are on the ground. But that's okay, because you're just building strength. You only need to go this low, right? Low, all right? Chaturanga, okay? So, also, as you progress forward with your strength, you could do a baby dip. So, I was going all 90-degree bend, but you could also just do baby dip. Baby, just a little bend. Get yourself prepared to go all the way down, all right? It is your practice. You're not gonna be perfect, but you gotta keep coming back, keep trying, all right? So yeah, it's a physically intense pose. We all know it. We all love it, all right? Personally, I've always been bottom heavy, so my arms were kind of weak. I didn't really have a ton of strength to bear my whole weight. So I know what it takes. I know it takes time to build there, and I've got work to do still, but we can all do it together. The focus and determination on poses like this can be hugely beneficial. They fire up the heart, get the whole body working. As you can hear, I'm kind of out of breath. But it also builds proportional strength to your body size. So with your whole body fired up, you're learning strength to be able to carry yourself through this world. And that's what's most important. It's not about how big your muscles are, but it's about your body being able to support you in this life. So I suggest you keep trying these arm-supported poses, because learning how to organize this, being aware of our upper body, can be hugely beneficial for our posture muscles. So take that as you may, and I can't wait to see you next week or next time on the mat. If you have any questions or comments about anything I've said, give it to me below. If you like this content, go ahead and hit a like and subscribe. If you don't, dislike. Thanks again, and have a wonderful day.